There is some exciting new news about Canada's Provincial Nominee Program immigration pathways. The province of New Brunswick in Canada has announced some exciting new changes. In this video, we'll talk about what this means for New Brunswick and for other PNPs like OINP and BCPNP. Before we get started, my name is Parashar. I'm a licensed Canadian immigration consultant. My contact information is on this video and in the description. If you like help with your immigration applications, please feel free to get in touch for our paid immigration services. Now let's get started with the video. So there has been a very exciting announcement in the past week about New Brunswick's Provincial Nominee Program or NBPNP program. But the good news extends not only to New Brunswick but to other provinces as well. So as we all know that in the past, the previous immigration minister, Mark Miller, had cut down the provincial nominee program quotas of all provinces by almost 50%. However, the new immigration minister, who has recently been appointed, has recently negotiated with the government of New Brunswick and increased their PNP quota by 54%. This is great news, of course, for New Brunswick because their previous quota, reduced quota of 2,750, has gone up by 1,500 and it is now 4,250. That is a massive jump. The province has announced that they will focus on education, healthcare, and construction industries to give these extra spots to those people. Now, this is obviously great news for New Brunswick. But most of us are not targeting New Brunswick PNP. So why is this news important for other candidates? Let's get into that. So as we know, after Mark Miller cut PNP quotas by 50%, all the provinces one by one paused their PNP programs. Some of them cut out and froze. So as we know, after Mark Miller cut PNP quotas by 50%, after that, one after the other, all the provinces either paused their PNP programs or they removed several streams from their PNP program, or they removed several occupations for their program just because their quota was now half the size and they wanted to be very protective about it. The other reason was because they were waiting for an election to be done and they were hoping that the new immigration minister, whoever is elected, will come and renegotiate with them and increase their provincial quotas. That's why OINP has been on pause and so many other provinces have frozen many streams. So the good news is that yes, those hopes have come true. The new immigration minister, Lena Diab, has actually started negotiating with individual provinces, and in exchange for taking in more asylum and refugee seekers in the province gets increase in their PNP quotas. So both sides get what they want. This was as expected because the minister has a background in PNP programs in Nova Scotia. So she was expected to be sympathetic towards PNP programs. She has made several statements saying that provinces know best whom to recruit and whom to retain in their provinces. So she wants to give power back to the provinces for immigration decisions. And her negotiation and increase of the quota for New Brunswick is a very strong positive signal that other provinces can also expect similar increases in their PNP quotas if they negotiate and accept more refugee and asylum seekers. That's what New Brunswick did, and they got 1,500 more spots. So if other provinces play along, then they may also increase their quota. In my expectation, New Brunswick is not going to be the sole outlier province which will experience a big jump and everyone else will remain at 50%. Sooner or later, all the others will also negotiate, looking at New Brunswick's success, and their quotas will also most likely be increased. Think about it. New Brunswick's quota, 4,250 right now after the increase, is bigger than British Columbia's current quota. So obviously that is not a state that is going to remain indefinitely. British Columbia is also going to ask for more, and they will point at the terms and conditions offered to New Brunswick and will lobby for an increase. Similar things might happen at OINP as well. So the net effect of all these things is that PNP quotas will increase and therefore PNPs might open up a little more. Right now they are frozen, they are paused, they're taking very few people here and there. So my expectation is that the streams such as international student streams in BC, which are frozen right now, might get reopened. So is it back to the good old days for PNP? Absolutely not. Don't expect that because provincial quotas are increased, so now massive draws with low scores and all the general occupations will start getting invited. That is not going to happen. The quotas will increase by 50% or so for most provinces, but the provinces are again going to be very, very selective, very hyper focused and targeted, and be very thrifty with their quotas. So the good old days when Ontario used to conduct massive draws and invite all the HR, business, general occupations is probably not going to happen. Provinces will still largely prefer people with job offers in their province, or people who have studied advanced degrees or shortage occupations in their province. That priority and preference is going to stay, but the size of the draws or the frequency of the draws may increase. So that is also a positive development. So that's my prediction about what is going to happen in the coming months for the PNPs. Again, I may be wrong. We'll have to wait and watch how the news develops. On this channel, whenever there is such breaking news or new developments, we'll make sure to bring it to you. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel. My name is Parashar. I'm a licensed Canadian immigration consultant. My contact information is here. Feel free to reach out for our paid immigration services.